Let me go across to Trimil Gomez, joining me live from Florida. Also joining me on the broadcast is Pavni Mittal, also from Florida. Let me come to you first, Pavni. In terms of the excitement around this event, yes, it's belated in the sense that it's happening too late. But is there a sense of excitement on the ground as well to welcome back the two astronauts?
Hi, so I'm coming to you from a place called the Space Coast in Florida. This is on the eastern side of Florida, and it is one of the best viewing spots, actually the best viewing spots in the US to watch launches, because right across the water there is an island that is home to the Kennedy Space Center. And in a couple of hours, it's actually going to be a rocket launch, a SpaceX Starlink mission that will be launched from here. So we are seeing people gather here. Now, as far as the splashdown is concerned, NASA said that it was going to be looking at the weather and water conditions and has decided that the western coast, that is the Gulf of Mexico or Gulf of America, depending on how you want to call it, is a better spot for that splashdown. It is going to be deep in the ocean, so people can't really watch it. But, there are some space enthusiasts, and I was talking to them, and they are excited about the fact that you will have astronauts coming here. And the other thing that's really exciting about, experiencing this historic moment from the Space Coast is that this entire area is actually dedicated to America's growing prowess in outer space, because right across, right behind the camera is a little memorial that has, like a hall of fame of astronauts and other Americans who have contributed to, just the work in outer space. You have plaques, you have a lot of that happening. So in fact, the hotels that line this coast are also filled with viewing centers and little, kind of monument things and a lot of memorabilia of astronauts and other people who have worked in the space field.
Okay. I'll just be back, I'll be coming back to you, Pavni. Let me also remind our viewers that joining us right now is a very special guest as well. Bonnie Pandya, who's Sunita's cousin, is also going to be with us very, very shortly. But in fact, she is with us as we speak, ma'am. I'll just be taking a moment or two before I come across to you. Trimil Gomez has been extremely patient as well. Trimil, coming to you now, in terms of the excitement, as Pavni was saying, there are dedicated centers that have been put out. There are space enthusiasts who've already lined up. Is there something similar that you're witnessing as well from where you are stationed right now?
Exactly. From where I'm stationed, as Pavni mentioned, this is a prime area. Welcome to the Space Coast. Look at the weather, first of all. I'm blinded by the sun, the sunshine state, and people are coming out here. This is a popular viewing area to see what we all wonder about when we look up into the sky, the space, and the arrival of Suni and Butch and all the other astronauts that are coming in today. But right behind me, as you can see, that's where we will be able to see a rocket launch separate from what we're expecting. As mentioned earlier, like we're unsure where the splashdown will take place, but there is a planned rocket launch today for SpaceX, and that's where we have many space enthusiasts are here to watch that, and I'll be talking to them even more about their experience, what they thought about this long extended mission, and what they're looking forward to.
Okay, Trimil, I'll be back with you as well. And in fact, delighted to tell all of you joining us right now that Sunita's mother, Dina Pandya, also with us right now. Ma'am, let me come to you first. How's it as you know, Sunita's mother, to be away from your daughter for so long, and what's it been like for you?
Her mom is Bonnie Pandya, and this is her mom right here.
Yes.
And I'm Dina, her sister.
Ma'am, if you could take my question, apologies for the confusion, if you could take my question to Sunita's mother.
What is the question?
I think how's it been without her?
Yeah, how's yes, ma'am, you got that right. How's it been for you to be out of touch with her for so long and to be away from her for nearly 9 months? What's that been like for you?
Just short answer.
Oh, it's been, very good. I miss her. I wish she would come down, but we talk all the time on the phone, so it's, she's close.
Tell us more about, Sunita as a kid, that this whole dream that she would possibly have had at one point to be a NASA astronaut ends up being exactly that. Tell us what the conversation between the mother and the daughter used to be back then.
What'd she say?
Conversation between you and Sunny about her becoming an astronaut growing up.
Oh, well, she didn't want to be an astronaut at first. She was going to be a veterinarian. But the way it turned out, she went to the Naval Academy, and one thing led to another, and she became an astronaut. So, we just talked about it, and I said, do what you like. You're going to be doing this for a long time. So that's what she did.
How does it make you feel that, we played it out for our viewers just a short while back, that there are prayers being held here on Indian shores, back in the village where, Sunita's got roots from, where the father's from. There are prayers being done. There are people waiting with bated breath and praying for a safe return. How does that make you feel?
How does it feel that people are praying for Sunny in Jalasam and everywhere else around India?
Oh, it feels very good. I'm so thrilled that so many people are following her career and her adventure in space. And, she's a good role model for everybody. And the kids especially, they all love her. I'm very happy about it.
Are you nervous really? It's taken too long. There's been a failed attempt in the past as well. Right now, we're just about 4.5 hours away. Are there any nerves that you're experiencing?
I'm not nervous at all. This is what she does. This is her career. I support her in everything that she's done so far, and I'm just proud of her. What else can I?
Right. Tell us about the last time you had a word with her, ma'am.
So,
Last time she talked to my mother?
Yes. Yesterday night.
Yeah. What was that conversation like, if you could give us some insight?
Insight. What did you talk about?
Oh, well, she was all anxious about coming back down. She was a little, she loved it up there. She was happy to see all her new friends that came up. There are three women from the Air Force Academy, the Naval Academy, and West Point. And it was great to see 3 women from 3 military academies all together on the space station who are astronauts. So she was all happy about that. They took a picture with the 3 of them. But she's going to miss her friends that are up there. And, eventually they'll all be together again on the ground sometime. So, they have a very close relationship.
Right. If you could also, tell us about what's really kept her spirits up this whole while. Was there a conversation that you had on those lines? Because, when she took off from the Earth, it was supposed to be a 8-day, 9-day mission, ended up being a 9-month-long mission for her. So what's really kept her spirit up in all of this?
Yes.
Well, I think truly she wanted to do a long duration, and she happened to get the first pilot, or the first time on the Starliner, and a short duration, which turned into a long duration. And I think she embraced it, and she really enjoyed being up there after the decision was made for her to be there. And she just did a great job sharing what she did with many people all over the world, or what she sees, everything going on.
Right. Just want to tell you that Prime Minister Modi has written a letter, in fact, to her, wishing her all the very best, and hopes that, at some point, India is given the opportunity to host Sunita Williams. How does that make you feel, firstly? And is there a point at which you're planning that trip to India sometime later this year, maybe?
What do you say about the letter? Yeah, we were very happy that she got a letter from Prime Minister Modi. It was so nice of him to send her a letter. So we were happy, and hopefully we'll all go to India after she recovers from her trip. We'll see.
That's lovely to know that that thought has crossed your mind. And of course, after Prime Minister Modi has already said it, on behalf of all of us, India awaits to welcome, as Prime Minister Modi in that letter said, one of its daughters. Tell us more about, the kind of mood that's been. You said that there have been friends who came over. They were all very excited. What is it going forward that you have in mind as we approach closer to 3:30 a.m. Indian Standard Time?
How do we feel as it approaches the time she'll be coming down? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, exactly. As we move closer to that mark, as we move closer to that time, here in India, it's going to be around 3:30 a.m. As we approach closer to that mark, is there something that you've planned around that time? Where will you exactly be seeing all of it? Is there a place you plan to go to see the whole thing pan out? What is it like for you?
Well, we're planning a watch party, with some friends and family. Just whoever would like to come over, to watch together. We'll be doing that. Yeah, very exciting.
Okay. The other thing, people in India look at Sunita as a source of immense inspiration, for the kind of journey, for the roots that she has here in India. She becomes a real benchmark of excellence, especially when it comes to space. Does that make you a proud mother? And what sort of message would you then go to people who aspire to be more like Sunita?
You mean the children?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yeah, she has a great following with all the kids. They all love her. They all want her to come into their school, talk to them. And in fact, she went to one school. She had a ham radio talk with one school in Sarasota, where I live. And the student who was a sixth grader, she told her teacher, she said, I know her grandmother. She lives right near my grandmother. So they happened to call me and ask me if I'd like to come. And I said, sure, I'd love to come. And the kids were wonderful. Kids are so cute. I just love them.
Just be with us, ma'am. Also with us right now here on India Today is Bonnie Pandya, who I introduced earlier, but unfortunately couldn't get across. Bonnie, this is I'm finally happy to be speaking with you. You heard that conversation. It was interesting to get those anecdotes about Sunita. But as her cousin, share some of the anecdotes that you possibly have with her.
Okay. So, namaste everyone. Namaste to Aaj Tak viewers. Thank you for covering Sunny. Sunny means everything to our family, just like all other members mean everything to us. We are a very close-knit family. Sunny, Dina, and Joy are the three cousins of my husband's. My husband and they all grew up together. I have known Sunny for last 30 years and Aunt Bonnie. We recently have lost Deepak Kaka, who is Sunny's father. But his blessings and his teachings are guiding us all. Ask me specific about any questions about Sunny's anecdotes that you want to know.
Tell us about the time that she would talk about being an astronaut. Any conversation that you recall as youngsters growing up?
So my husband grew up with her. I have known Sunny ever since I married into the Pandya family, and she has been a sister ever since. What I do remember is she was going to go up to space, and my son was bragging in his school that my aunt is an astronaut and she's going up in space, and he was in kindergarten. And his friends didn't believe him, and they were making fun of him. So what she did, and she found out that, he was being made fun of because kids didn't believe. So what she did is she traveled all the way from Texas to New Jersey and showed up at his school, obviously planned by us parents, but she made it a point to show up for her nephew and spend time with the children. And I think she is very passionate, like Aunt Bonnie said. She's very passionate about children. She's very passionate about youth empowerment, education, and encouraging them to go further in life. So she has exhibited that from day one, and to this date, she continues to make time for children. And one thing I do remember during our 2007 visit when we were in India together, and she was giving speeches, and she would say that to all the girls, especially that the machine she operates or all the work she does not differentiate between whose hands are operating those. It could be a boy or a girl, man or a woman. So she was very encouraging for women empowerment as well. And I have been personally very inspired, and I think she's a great role model for my children and all children in the family.
Okay, stay with us. I'm going to be coming back to you as well, ma'am. Sunita's mother continues to be with us. Alongside her is Sunita's cousin as well. Before I go to Sunita's mother, let me come to Dina first. Dina, tell us what's it been like for you to be around to be around in this space of nervousness, anxiousness, and this whole spell of being in a territory in which you don't know, this whole unknowingness or the unknown that you've been in for far too long now. What has it been like as a family member for you?
The unknown of her being up there for so long? Is that what you mean?
Yes.
Well, honestly, I feel like once the decision was made that she was going to be there for so long, I think our family got used to that fact, and we would meet with her, on the weekend with different family members, and it was actually really nice. She kind of brought our whole family together every weekend, and sharing, of course, what she's doing up there, showing us the Earth and everything, and what vehicles came, what food they were eating, what experiments they're doing. So to me, I got very used to it, and I was thinking, I didn't mind it at all. I was kind of like, this is our life now, for a little bit. So yeah, I thought it was a great experience, great adventure for all of us.
Right. Now to Sunita's mother, if I may ask, ma'am, when you look at this tough journey, because it's still that kind of a dream that parents at times are a little iffy about. Children as well, especially in some parts of the world, are still in two minds whether to aim that big or not of being an astronaut. For those who still have such doubts, how would you, as the mother of Sunita Williams, quell all those fears, quell all those doubts, and what's that boost of confidence if you could give to all those who may be second-guessing at this point?
What's up?
Like, just advice.
What?
Advice for the kids.
I didn't hear you.
Advice for kids, to quell their fears of doing something. What would you say to them? Kids.
To quell their fear?
Something like that.
Well, Sonny always says, things don't always go your way. You have to, if things don't work out, just try again or go in another direction, but don't give up.
Yeah.
Just this is how life is. You have to roll with the punches, and so that's, I think, one of the things that she always stresses to everybody. Nothing is always certain.
Okay, have you thought of what exactly is it again? The one thing, once you're back home after a long time, I'm sure she'll be on a strict diet and all for quite some time. But could you tell us what she'd be expecting you to make for her once she's back and once she's allowed to eat everything that she feels like eating? What is it that you expect her to ask for, once she's back home?
I don't care.
What food would you make for her when she gets back?
Oh, she likes dal dokri. That's something my husband had, and we made it for Dina and the kids when I was here. And Dina says, I have to copy down this recipe because Sonny, and then we told Sonny, and she said, oh yeah, when I get back, I have to have some dal dokri. So that's one thing, but there's other things that she likes too. Samosas, she likes those. A lot of Indian food. She's very happy to eat Indian food, and so are we. We all like it. Only thing I don't like is okra.
Okay. Thank you so much, in fact, for sharing us all those insights. A big thank you to everyone who joined in and gave us those insights, especially from the Pandya family making time, especially when we're just about a few hours away in these crunch periods. But our coverage here on India Today continues as far as Sunita's landing back on the earth is concerned.